lot of people think that, how USA, the systems are very different. So in the world, basically, there are two types of systems that I have seen. One is an European system, which India is following, which leads to MBBS degree, okay, in India or in China. And there is another system, which is an American system, which is very different. Okay, it tests you at every level, okay, at every step. So we'll just see that how different it is and how challenging it is and how do we do it. Uh, the most important part that I want to tell you in one sentence, which will increase your interest and to understand this whole program, is it costs you almost the same as Indian private colleges. I'm including the living cost. I'm including the food cost, accommodation cost, tuition fees, everything. Okay. So all I can suggest you is before you take a decision to get into a private college, you should also opt to understand the US program, how different it is. Okay. So we run through this MeduShop, which is medical and engineering educational workshop, which is basically counseling for HSC students. Okay. And we are just hoping that we can give you the best of our knowledge, share all the kind of experiences. There are a huge number of students that we have already placed in various countries. So you would actually gain. You are not going to lose anything out of this. Okay. So I'll try to make it as short as possible and make it as much interactive as possible. So what we are going to do is basically the last 20 minutes we'll keep it for interaction, and first 20 minutes I will present to you. Okay, anybody who has a question can chat back to me on the chat mode, because there are many people right now listening to me, and if everybody speaks together it will be a chaos. So if you speak, everybody can hear you. Okay, so it's better that I will speak. If you ask me a question on the chat mode at the interactive session, then I will repeat the question and answer it as well. Okay, so that everybody can hear your question as well as my answer. Thank you. So here we start. So basically it's all about, what we have seen is almost 28% of the students repeat NEET exam every year. The reason is in the right time, they have not taken right decisions. Okay. So they did not know about their options well. So they thought that I will repeat it. It's advisable that you understand. Anybody who has attended our earlier session would know that it's really not easy to get an admission in India. It's always better to prepare a backup. Now, where to prepare that backup is your choice, but you must have a backup. Okay, it can be in China, Russia, Ukraine, wherever, or US. So having a backup is definitely going to help you to calm down all the, anxiety, and, be sure have an admission letter right from the beginning in your hand. Okay, and then giving a NEET examination is going to be a different experience. Okay, so you don't feel that this is the end of your life and you just need to, somehow get through it. If you don't get through it, then it's going to be difficult for you to face parents and all those things. That pressure is gone, because you are already there with an admission letter just as a backup if you don't crack. Okay, so so what we'll do is we'll try to achieve at some, I'll try to take you to a level where you are in a position to take a decision, and this is the right time because admissions are already on. Okay. Mr. Siddesh Patil, I would request you to keep all your questions. Everybody can note down the questions, okay, in a notepad. And last 20 minutes is when you can put up your questions and I'll answer. In the, during the presentation, it will be very difficult to go to your question, answer, and again go back to my presentation. Okay. I hope you understand. Thank you. So of course, every one of you will start getting will at the end of the presentation, you will get your video recording of this entire presentation along with the audio part. So you can easily, understand the whole thing again if you want to do that. Okay. So don't worry on that part. You just need to pinpoint the queries and the questions during this next 45 minutes. That's it. So what we are trying to do is, we'll create a MBBS abroad perspective. So basically those people who understand that it's the right perspective is very important. going to China, Russia, US is not the only, you know, solution. What you need to do is, what you need to do is, you need to plan not only for MBBS. You just need to change your perspective to, you know, you got to become MD or MS. So if somebody asks you, you want to, what do you want to become? You're not going to say, doctor, I want to become a cardio or a gynec or, you know, opthel or something like that. This is where the difference comes. If you go to anybody, any agent, he's going to tell you, I will get you admission in so and so. Okay, that's it. Don't go over there. It's not about admission. Admission is much more simpler. Okay, it's about planning your career. Okay, so planning your career, it cannot be MBBS. You have to go for a better thing, because the problems are much more at this level than of at the MBBS level. So current problem is, don't get short-sighted because currently you are looking for MBBS. The first step that you take, your entire roadmap of the next 9 to 10 years should be clear. So that is the first perspective change that you need to have. Okay. Now whether you go to Asia, Europe or US, wherever you go through, there will be there is a possibility of having your MD level program. The only difference is in US, MD is mandatory. You cannot practice in US without completing your MD level. Okay, the PG level. Let me put it this way. Okay, so in that case, this becomes your roadmap directly 9 to 10 years in US. Okay, 8 to 9 years. I will see that how it works. But when you go to European countries, East European countries, which are very popular for Indians, or you to any country in Asia, like India, China, Kyrgyzstan, where Indian students go. So there the degree is only up to MBBS. Then again you fall into the trouble of looking for MD degree, MD level. I hope now it's getting clear. So first of all, if you have understood that it's not easy to get an admission in India, with 7 lakh people appearing for an examination, you have only 25,000 seats in government, and even in that 25,000 seats, 50% is reserved. It means that your chances of getting into government is very low. It's better that, you know, you start preparing for your backup. So these are the 3 basic slots for backup. Okay, these are low budget. You have to define your budget and select it. Okay, this is the first step that you need to do. You cannot just aim for US if your budget is 15 lakh rupees. Or you cannot aim for US when your budget is 25 to 30 lakhs, 20 to 30 lakh rupees. No, you cannot. Don't think about loans. Don't think about, if just forget it. There are other options. Even if you study in Europe or Asia, you can still go for MD level in US. So we'll make that happen. Okay, so there are many options available, but do not commit yourself to US right from the beginning. Go by the budget first. I hope this is clear. First define your budget. Okay, and then we'll come to a conclusion on which continent that you go for. Mr. Tanvir, I cannot make you a presenter. I think I am the presenter here. I am getting your third request over here. I've replied you, Tanvir. I think you cannot become a presenter unless you want to present something. Okay, thank you. So this is how it is. When you go abroad, these 3 things are going to be very, very important now, whichever country you go through. Okay, suppose if you're going to US, you absolutely have chosen a program right up to MD. But and when you come back from US after completing this, you don't have to appear for MCI screening test. So this particular slide is for the people who did not have the budget of going to US, but they have the opportunity to learn, prepare, because you'll have to, when you come back after from China or Russia or Ukraine, you'll have to prepare. So do not go without MCI screening test coaching. Otherwise, you will be in deep trouble. Okay? Moksh will give you those coaching. Okay? Moksh can give you USMLE coaching online. So even if you are in China, you can still go for MD level in US. That's the exam. USMLE is an exam if you want to do MD in US. Okay? And if you want to decide your roadmap with medical PG in Germany, with MBBS in some other country, you need to learn German language. So what we have done is, we have ensured that whichever country you choose, you have the complete flexibility of doing your MD. And that's where Moksh comes into the picture. It's not only about admission or travel or, you know, the standard features, what you need to go through, the invitation letters, the visas, this and that. A lot of services are there. We have people who are escorts who will take you there, who will settle you there, who will register you with the international office there, hand over to the university and then come back. So it's not only about those services, it's about your career. So I hope you understand the importance of these three exams. If you have thought of doing medical PG but you're not able to go to US, you still have an option. If you thought about doing medical PG in Germany but you're not able to do it there, you're doing it MBBS in Russia, you can still do it. Okay? So we have many programs which you can do. So now we will go for study medicine in USA. Now how do you do your study in medicine in USA? Okay, I have told you, just for your information, you don't need to go to only, this is not the, if you have a lower budget, of course it's the best choice to go there and study, but if you don't have, just don't put your heart back. Okay, you can still do it. Okay, so let's see how the Americans take admissions. It's a lengthy slide. Just go through it for a, I'll give you 30 seconds to read it. Read it carefully so that you understand what the whole system offers us. What do they expect us to do as an Indian student? Okay, so this is how it works. Okay, MCAT entrance examination, just like NEET in India, is mandatory for you to take if you want to take admission directly into USA. Okay, accordingly, for an Indian students who wants to complete, but if you have not given MCAT, an Indian student doesn't give MCAT, we generally prepare for NEET. So what do we do? Because they have prepared for BS degree before getting into the 4-year medical program. Okay, you also have to earn a BS degree. This is called pre-medical, leading to BS degree. Okay, I hope you understand now. Okay, but when you want to do BS degree directly in USA, that's also possible, but that's very expensive unnecessarily. So there are other options. Okay, so you have to get the BS degree, that's it. You can prepare for, and then you have to, during this BS degree you can do your MCAT, and then you can get into the government directly. So government colleges, if you happen to crack with these kind of things. Okay, and in MCAT there is a very complicated system of marking system is there, so you have to score 33 marks. Okay, so this is what they do. Suppose you have done BS, the American students have done BS. Okay, during that they have given MCAT examination, they have scored 33 marks, a plus, they get into this 4-year program and then transition to PG. Now this is like 2 years of theory, 2 years of practical. This is a standard US program, only 4 years, And from 5th year onwards, it's a 4 year of post-graduation. So totally it amounts to 8 years. But for Indian students, since we have only completed 10 plus 2, your 16 months is still a balance. So first you have to do your pre-med, then you have to do this 8 years. I hope you understand now. Out of these 8 years, 2 years will be theory, 2 years will be practice. It's called clinical rotation or clinical practice in a hospital, and then move on to PG. But not everybody gets into PG. So we'll see the system how you can get up to PG. All your benefits to go to while going to USA is only if you make it to PG, not otherwise. So it's a risk factor is always there for US program. Okay, it's going to be costly, because if you complete this PG, you do not have to appear for MCI screening test. And whatever you spent over here in the 4 years, or actually 5.5 years, okay, you get back all your money during PG. And third biggest plus point is your PG is approved in India. So the major problem to understand is, in India, the major problem is to get admission in PG, because the donations are lying at 2 crores, 3 crores. Okay. So here you are getting a PG which pays you back all the bachelor's money, and it is acceptable in India as well as US. So, and you don't have to appear for MCI screening test. So this is like, it beats every other program. Okay. So it's very important to do PG. Now, how can we do PG? Okay. For Indian students, the alternative way is through Caribbean. Okay. You can study medicine at Caribbean islands. So you must have heard about it. Let's understand more about it. Okay, where are these Caribbean islands? It's just next to US mainland. Okay, there are many islands, Caribbean islands, West Indies. This is that part. Many islands. Every island has a university. Literally every island. So all the Americans who did not get through MCAT, they come back here, study the first 2 years of program at Caribbean, and go back to USA. This hospital is in the US. Okay, clinical rotation is in the USA. For these 2 years, all Americans come to Caribbean island. Those who have not scored in MCAT. Just like if you don't score in NAT, you are going to look for private colleges. Similarly, if those people who could not make it in US through MCAT, they come through here, do 2 years here, and then go back for clinical rotations in US. I hope it's clear now. So what we have to do is do your pre-medical 1.5 years, that's 16 months of pre-medical, 4 trimesters, each trimester is 4 months, plus 2 years here, what the Americans are doing, and then move to US. This is how hundreds and hundreds of students are currently studying here. Indian students I'm talking about. A lot of Americans are also studying. So there are universities which are dedicatedly for Indian students. There are universities which are dedicated for American students. There are universities whose programs are only for US. Some universities US and India, and some universities give you program only for India. So how do we select them? So we'll understand. So this is what the roadmap is. This is the most important slide. Okay, just go through it. Pre-medical, 16 months leading to BS degree, 120 credit hours during pre-medical is mandatory. Remember, this is mandatory. If any university tells you, no, we will do pre-medical just in 1 trimester, you will not be allowed to do PG in US. Basic medical science, 2 years, 5 trimesters. Okay, this is theory part. This is what I was talking to you about, these 2 years. Okay, so 5 trimesters is 20 months plus vacation 4 months, 2 years, 2 months each year. So that's 2 years. You have to appear for USMLE step 1 examination here. at the end of the basic medical science. This is the most important examination. The entire career depends over here and then transfer to US. In the US, you go through 2 years of clinical rotation in the hospital, again 2 years and 5 trimesters. So at this point, you get a degree called MD, which is equivalent to MBBS. At the end of the clinical rotations, you appear for 2 CK and CS. Okay, that means you are now an MD in USA, but it is equivalent to bachelor level MBBS. Okay, remember it's not the MD in India. The nomenclature is different. Once you have completed your bachelor up to this 5 years and 4 months, you can move into PG level, leading to our Indian MDMS. I hope you understand now. Okay, so this is pretty clear for you, all of you. So pre-medical needs to be done in Caribbean. This basic medical science needs to be done in Caribbean. So 16 months plus 2 years and you're off to US. This 2 years and 4 years. 6 years completely in US. This is how in around 6 plus 3.5, so around 9.5 years you are end of the journey. That's MDMS, acceptable in India as well as in US. Okay. So there are many types of universities on the Caribbean islands conducting this. I hope you have understood this slide very clearly, and you just understand this program clearly. That means most of the things will be clear now onwards. Okay. So you have options like 1.5 crore plus budget universities where only Americans are studying. Okay. You have options like 70 to 80 lakhs budget wherein Indians are studying. So for example, this one university, almost 90% are Indians. This another university, 50% are Indians, 50% are Americans. Okay. Then there are universities which are going to cost you 35 to 45 lakhs only. Okay. I'm not going to take the names, but please do not go there. Why? I will tell you, because this last 2 years of clinical rotation, it's a very costly thing in US. Okay, I just replace it with observership and the cost will come down to this. So the difference what you are seeing 35 to 40 lakh rupees between the two is because clinical rotation cost itself is 35 to 40. Okay, I replace it with observership where you don't get any interaction with the patients. You are just going to shadow the existing doctor and there is no diagnosis. So the USMLE does not accept observership. So the ultimate aim will be to come back to India. Ultimate roadmap will be to India. Now, if you are going to come back to India only, there is no point in taking this, spending even this much. Then there are better options. So it's if you are thinking of going to US via Caribbean route, then probably you better do clinical rotation, and which is going to cost you extra. Okay. So this is what, here it is. As you can read it clearly, the observership you can do free of cost. In fact, the hospital will be happy to have you because you are not going to charge them and still work for them. But clinical rotation is where they teach you. You learn. You're going to be part of the team. You're going to interact with the patients. You're going to diagnose them. And you're ultimately going to get the letter of recommendations from the hospital, which will help you to get the residency PG. I hope this is clear with you now. Okay. So the difference on pricing does not mean it is cheaper and it is better. No, sorry. It does not have certain things which is required for you to go to US. And these are pure American universities. They do not have many Indian students because of the budget. This is the people who are looking for Indian private college, but they could not get it, or they have the budget but they were not in merit, they could not manage the seat. Most of the people look at this. However, I see this as a much better opportunity in comparison with the private colleges. Okay, thousands of people have listened to us earlier, hundreds of students have been placed outside, okay, by us, and we exactly know what it amounts. Okay, so if you got to be very careful in selection of the university. Okay, so I'll move forward. Once you have this, HTML step 1, 2 CK and CS, as we saw, you finish off these exams here. At the end of the bachelor, you get ECFMG certification. That's most important. Once you get ECFMG certification, it is approved across the world. You can work anywhere as a bachelor. Anywhere. Of course, every country would have their own exam, so you'll have to clear that. Like for example, in India, if you come back, you'll have to give MCI screening test. But if you complete your residency, you really do not need to give MCI screening test. You do not need to give NEET PG. You have a direct registration with Indian medical licensing authorities. So this is how it works in US. Okay. So step 1, step 2, CK is clinical knowledge, CS is clinical skills. This is a practical, this is a theory. So these are two online examinations, first two. So you can give those exams from Caribbean, and first once you clear them, you need to move to CS. Okay. And then NRMP is National Residency Matching Program. So there is an organization, government organization in US, which matches your score of step 1 with the available, PG seat. PG is also called residency. Okay, it's a training. They use the ERAS system. These you can easily search on Google and you will know exactly, because NRMP, if you go, you can see how much can you earn if you were applying for a residency today. Okay, they have live offers going on right now. So if you have got ECFMG certification with a good score of step 1, how much can you earn during residency? And once you give step 3, that means you get the licensure. So step 1 is a competitive exam, step 2 is a qualifying exam for going into residency, step 3 is a licensure exam to get the license and practice in the US or in India. This is as simple as that. Okay. However, there are problems. So let's understand what is these exams, what are these marks, how many people actually do it, if it's going to cost you, only 70-80 lakhs, just like a private college, and they are going to give you back that 70-80 lakhs during your PG. Everything sounds like a dream world, but then it really is not so easy. So let's see where the catch is. Okay, this is where the catch is. I'm going to take a break of 30 seconds. Okay, you read it through. I just want to have some water and come back. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm back here, so we can listen to this now. See, passing marks for step 1 is 192, but it's a competitive exam. Remember that passing is not enough. Passing is enough in 2 CS and 2 CK. Okay, but passing is not enough into step 1. If you fail, you can retake the exam. But if you passed, But if you're not above average, you cannot expect to get the PG seat. This is where the whole problem is for US. So you go there with a very clear mind that yes, I'm going to be on this side of the half and not on this side. This is out of question for Indian students because this is only 6% of the total students, okay? The Indians don't fail so easily. But there are a lot of people who get stuck here. In fact, half of them are going to stuck here, half of them are going to make it. So you need to be above average. I hope you understand. You just need to be above average to ensure that you are getting a PG seat in US. Okay? So there, the topper is 285. If you can go through usmle.org and you'll see all the data. You can see, or you can go through moksh16.com and you go through, we have provided links to that. Okay, a lot of links are available. You can read it through and you'll be in a position to understand how well you can score, what are the challenges and all. It's very much in detail on our website. It's moksh16.com. Okay, I'm just going to give you that over here on the chat mode so everybody can note it down. Oh, okay, okay. Here it is for everybody. Okay, so when you have to just go there, I'll show you how to search the information. This is a humongous amount of information, so you might get confused. So you really need to be careful about the, to pick and choose the right one. There is a huge amount of information that we have provided. But in short, this is the summary of it. This explains you the story. Okay. So this is where, suppose you crossed 230, then what happens to you? Suppose you are below that, then what happens to you? This is a non-US IMG and this is US IMG, okay, for, let's say, for anesthesiology, okay. A student getting 220 was in the, who he got anesthesia. This is non-US, so non-American, like Indians, okay. This is where the average was 236, okay. So you got 236, you are in. So this is where the average is. Now for family medicine, you can see the average of 220, but then average, okay, so you have to be above this. So we are saying that be 230 plus and you are done with. You can check this out. And this is available on usmle.org. So you can check every information given here. I'm just here to guide you through, put you through the right places. And at the end of the day, the biggest plus point of this is these universities offer a lot of scholarships. If you apply on time, there are scholarships which are available. You can take them, and just keep the admission letter in your pocket. I hope you understand now. So if you compare it with Indian, now suppose 7 lakh students are going to appear for NEET this year. That's an average. It's going to be much more. This was last year. Last year was 7.5. So I'm just writing 7 as a safe side. I'm not considering these things. Okay, only NEET. 25,000 government seats, again divided into two parts, open and reserved. 25,000 private, 60 to 80 lakh rupees average cost. Believe me, this is going to be like this because the cost of private colleges are huge now. 13,000 students go abroad. Okay. Out of the abroad students, MBBS in USA, so I always feel that there are more than 25,000 people who are ready to pay for MBBS in India so much money. While you have to use this money right up to PG if you're doing it in USA. I hope you understand now. And during PG you will get back everything. So it's a question of you should be confident that you will make it. That's a question. If you think that you can make it, then it makes much more sense to actually do it here and not here. 28% will repeat because they don't know exactly what to do. Many people, I don't know the number of seats here actually. So I have not put in anything. So this is how it breaks down. Otherwise, rest of the people will repeat or BSc or something like that. So when we are focused on MBBS, this does not come into the picture. You don't want to waste a year because it's a very long period. Medicine is a very long period, lengthy, program. So what happens is you got to know all the things right from the beginning. Have an admission letter before NEET examination. Uh, okay, I just got a message that my voice is not audible. Are you all able to hear me out? Okay, okay. Thank you, Ahad. Okay, Zenia. Thank you. I just wanted to share. Thanks. And somebody who asked me, you have not given me the name. You are not able to audible. Maybe or there is a problem with the connection. Most of the people are able to hear me out, so it's fine. It's fantastic. Thank you. So this is how you have to think. I don't want to repeat. I don't want to do BSc. I don't want to do this. I want to do MBBS. Now, can I be on top of 1 or 2% in the country if I'm not in my top 1 or 2% in my class? If not, I should take a backup immediately. Where is that backup? Either in private or here. Don't take private if you're confident of yourself. If you're not confident of yourself, then you may choose other, low cost. If you don't have I've given you all options. You want to go to US, no problem. You can still study in China or Russia and have the USMLE online coaching if you don't have the budget. But if the budget is there, use the budget to go directly to US. Okay, that's going to be much more authentic. Okay, this is where we come in. I think uh, I've tried my best to, put in all the all the information in one place. There can be more like cost, these, that. I next time I'll update it even further. Every time we give, based on the questions that they ask, I update the presentation. So it's going lengthier and lengthier every time we do it. But now I can take up all your questions. Okay, anybody having questions, then you can. Okay, Tanvir, you have already given me the question. If budget is 25 lakhs, then what? I'll suggest you for everybody. Okay, if budget is 25 lakhs, okay, remember remember three things. Remember three things. One, you need to have MCI screening test coaching. Okay, do not go to any country without MCI coaching. Okay, we will give you that along with your admission letter. You will also be eligible to get the MCI screening test coaching for each and every subject. There are 19 subjects in MBBS. Each subject will be taught as per MBBS in India. You will have study material, PDF notes, mock test, subject by subject. It is divided into 128 topics. You can also see this. We have this FMG, that's another name of MCI screening test, Foreign Medical Graduate Examination .moksh16.com. This is where our FMG, the examination test modules are available here. Okay, so you can go through that also. I mean, you got to do this fmg.moksh16.com. Mr. Prem, can you keep your audio off muted, please? Thank you. So first thing is, when you go there, you have to have MCI screening test. Second thing is, you have to define. You can take a call whether you want Asia or Europe. However, if you are taking a call of Asia or Europe, because US is out of question, this is an expensive one, but you can still prepare for MD in US. You can have the benefits of US program at the MD level. Okay, you can still do that, because we will give you USMLE step 1 online coaching. Okay, that's also possible. So if you are studying in China, please do not forget to take MCI screening test coaching and USMLE step 1 coaching. Or If you're not going for a US as your MD level, then think about Germany. So when you go through our website, don't only look for MBBS options abroad, look for medical PG abroad also. We have that option also available on the website. Okay, that will complete your journey. MBBS is not going to complete your journey. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is, suppose if you think of doing medical PG in Germany, then you need to learn the German language, which will teach you online. So as I told you earlier, now this will make sense. This slide will make sense to you more clearly. If your budget is 25 lakhs, then these three things, either you take German language program or you take USMLE1 coaching. Okay, so you are able to appear for the examination. Okay, I hope it's clear now. Okay, thank you. Now, next question is, why only Caribbean islands, Venkat? I'm not saying only Caribbean, and I've given you, probably you joined late, I've given you both the options. You have an option of direct US, you have an option of, through Caribbean islands. Okay. I have told you the difficulties of direct US program. Okay. If you think you want to go and take the challenge of MCAT examination for direct, we can place you for the BS program in US directly. But if you think that it's advisable, we personally feel not to put all your eggs in one basket and spend so high and still have a barrier of MCAT examination. So through Caribbean, you are avoiding MCAT. You are able to give USMLE step 1 examination directly. I hope you understand now. Okay. Mr. Parmar, your question is, what about the students sent by you to Spartan? How much % of them actually made through residency? Oh, let's not get into each individual university, but since you have asked a question, I will tell you, we don't have only Spartan, we have many universities. Okay, but Spartan is one of them, definitely. Spartan is a 36-year-old university with more than 2,200 active physicians right now in US. Okay, we have placed hundreds of students already there from across the country. From every city there are students currently studying there, and it's not only Spartan, there are other universities as well. Okay, so we can, there are the majorly the thing is, you should apply on time to get the scholarships. Otherwise there is going to be a scholarship test through which the scholarship will be distributed. In the month of July there will be a scholarship online test, okay, for the students. So it's not so easy to get the scholarship at that time. So it's better those who do things before 31st March, they have, a confirmed kind of 15 scholarships are available. They can just pick up, have the admission letter, no need of any payment, no advance, nothing. Just pay application fee, get your admission letter, confirm your seat, get the, provisional scholarship letter. It will provide you conditional with the condition that you have to get 60 or 65% in PCB, and your scholarship is done. So it's very simple. Okay, if you as the time moves, it will get more and more difficult, and once the seats are over, nobody can help you. So you have around 120 American universities having offshore campuses in Caribbean islands. Out of that, 108 do not have proper accreditations, like ECFMG, like FIMER, like CALM-HP, like lots and lots of such accreditations are required from US for appearing for USMLE. So if because they are not for everybody, and people want to go back to their country, no problem. If they want to go to US, then it's 108 universities you cannot go. So there are limited numbers which are allowing you to go back to US or come back to India. Okay, out of that, 4 or 5 are the top ones which are costing very high, and they are mainly for the Americans. Okay. But however, if you want to, you can find it on our website. If you want, then we can place you there as well. That's not a problem. Okay, this is one more question, Mr. Ahad. If we pursue our MBBS in China or Russia and then crack USMLE after finishing PG in USA, should we write MCI to practice? No, no need of MCI screening test. Absolutely not required. Once you clear residency in US, there is no need of passing MCI screening test. Okay, it's very clear. It's mentioned on the Constitution of US. If you're doing PG from any English speaking country, that MD degree is also valid in India, and there is no necessity of appearing for MCI screening test. Okay, if anybody wants a link to that, I can send them the link to the Constitution of MCI. And if you want to search on your own, it will be more advisable, because that search will be much more self-realization. You can go to mcisindia.org. Okay. Prem Veera, what is the minimum criteria? I already defined it. Right now, 65%. Pick the scholarship, take the admission letter, and keep it in your pocket. No money except application, application fees for the university, and just reserve your seat, create your plan B. That's the idea. Any chance to get funded university seat anywhere in the world? What is funded, Tanvir? I don't know what is funded university seat. If you are looking for a free of cost MBBS abroad program, probably we have not heard about it. Okay. Venkat, the first year BSc student have any advantage? Yes, they have huge advantage, because if you do your first year, at least 8 months of the 16 months of pre-med, we can get the credits written off. Okay. So all the things that you did in 1 year of BSc, we can get around 8 months of 2 trimesters off. We can transfer the credits, okay, to Caribbean universities, okay, and rest of the 8 months can only be transferred only if you completed BSc in India. You should hold a degree, okay. Financial funded, yeah, Tanvir, I think I explained you this. It's not possible. You need to search. There are so many. See, if you really, Tanvir, if you really want to become a doctor, it doesn't cost you much. There are loans available. Next time when people join us, we will have some people who will talk about loans. Okay. If you want to get loan, you want to get scholarship, you want to get this everything, we have our own scholarships to students who have really scored well. So lots of possibilities are available. You just need to be connected with us, continuously be in touch with our people, and because we cannot be every weekly, we talk to almost 250 people. So we really are not in a position to connect back with everybody. Okay, so you need to connect back. I'll give you the numbers. Okay, I will give you the number right now, otherwise I'll forget it. 360 370. This is the board number. Okay. Hasham, you don't need to appear for any SAT, because you're not going directly to US. You're going to Caribbean first. Okay. So there is no need of SAT. Even while you transfer from Caribbean to US, you don't need to, because it's a highly medical oriented program. And when you transfer to US, you are not going into a university. Remember, you are getting into hospital. Okay. If you appear for SAT, it might be just a value which is credential. I'll give you one more number who takes care of entire US program in Moksh. For the admission processing is done by her. 43550, Miss Gauri. Okay. So I hope you got the number. The first one was board, second was the person who can take care of admission processing. Let me take up quickly now other program, because we'll be running out of time. Does Trump, okay, I think I've taken care of most of your questions. Now I'll move on to Mr. Pawar. Does Trump immigration policy would affect Indian medical thinking that, retreat and see, I will tell you a simple rule. The Trump has already announced 1,30,000 USD is the bare minimum salary that an employer has to give to our, students who go to US. On average, just after you do PG, okay, the average salary is $200,000 minimum salary, sorry, and the average is 250. You're far above 130. But if you are an engineer, the average salary is $69,000 today. You can Google it down right now. Okay. So there is a huge difference between the salary scale, and doctors will not be affected because of that. Okay. Okay, Zenia, you are asking me, I've heard both the Indian MBBS students and students graduating from abroad have to appear for next exam from when it is applicable. They are still in the planning stage, Zenia. So next is just the change of name. What they are doing is MCI screening test is there since ages already. They are changing the name, but what they are making sure is not only you have to give if you come back from abroad, but even Indian students will have to give. That is the change which is coming. So that's the next change which is coming. It's the curriculum is same, the format is same for next, and it is still they are waiting to announce that. But the health ministry has already proposed it. Okay, now it needs a parliament approval. Now Modi government cannot get the approval till they have the majority in the Rajya Sabha, and in there, in Rajya Sabha, most of the people are from Congress who owns private colleges. So they are not going to let next come in till BJP holds in Rajya Sabha. MCI is a body which needs every new rule has to be approved in the parliament. Okay. So I hope you understand that next is a proposal still not finalized, but in case suppose in UP they win, the BJP comes, they have the majority in Rajya Sabha, they'll pass it immediately. So it can be any time, in short. It can be now, it can be never, depending on the majority, okay? Spartan has fixed clinical rotation slots in USA hospitals. That's correct. Spartan has fixed, Mr. Darshan, it has clinical rotations already freezed, okay, with many universities, okay? What about the scholarships? There are scholarships which are available. So if you are a repeater, you can get a confirmed scholarship now. If you are a new fresh student, then you'll get a conditional scholarship now. Just get those scholarships in your name. There are 30 scholarships totally, 15 now and 15 on scholarship test. Okay. So right now there is no test you can get as an applicant. Mr. Anil Prabhu, when we talk of 70 to 80, what is the scheduled payment? Okay. The scheduled payment, let me break this 70 to 80 lakhs. Okay. The, the fee structure for the first 3 years is, I'll have to check now, 11,000, I think 11,000 for pre-medical, okay, 16 months USD, okay. Then you have USD 31,250 during 2 years of basic medical science, okay. So that works to approximately $49,000. You have a scholarship which is around 40% on this, and this is the part which you pay to the university directly. The scholarship letters will come directly from the university for you. So all actually you end up paying hardly 31,000 if you get the with scholarship. I'm just giving you thumb. I'm not actually giving you the final, but you can always go through our website and check the US dollar pricing. So this amounts to around 21 lakh, 20 lakhs for the first 3 years. Now clinical rotation will cost you another around 40 to 50,000, $40,000. Okay. And on an average, you have to add your, so this is what you have to pay on a yearly basis. You don't have to pay anything at a time. Okay. This, you get 8 different installments to pay total amount. Okay. Around, in short, you spend around 20 lakhs for accommodation, food, everything, travel and all. You spend around uh, as I told you, during pre-medical use and basic medical science, you spend around 20 lakhs, and clinical rotation is balance 35 lakhs. So that's how the whole breakup is. Okay. uh, but you can go through our website and you can come to different universities of different. So we have many universities starting from uh, you know 70 lakh rupees right up to 1.5 crore. Okay. Sir, after Shailendra Chavan, sir, after MBBS from Russia, if one wants to go to, then what will be the cost of PG and what is the period of PG studies? Okay, Mr. Shailendra, we have a separate session on medical PG. You can also go through, there is a page of an magic, it's a very complicated program. We have our office in PG, in Germany for, we have many Indian doctors going to Germany through us, okay, Indian doctors. So there are a lot of rules, regulations which you will have to understand when you, so medical PG in Germany is a separate article over there on our website. I request you to go through that, but just for your knowledge, it doesn't cost anything to do PG in Germany. You earn the money. You understood? It just takes 5 to 7 lakhs to get yourself organized, like observership, like approbation. There are a lot of steps that you need to do, but there is no cost. PG in India, just like in government, there is no cost. You earn money, remember. Similarly, but here you are earning in rupees, over there you are earning in euros or dollars. That's why the whole thing comes back, okay? Uh, who do we get scholarship if we perform merit in the first 2 years of basic science? No, Hasham. Whatever scholarship is committed is pre-committed. After that, they can remove it, but they cannot give you any additional scholarship. Okay? They can remove if you actually fail or you do not appear for exam or something like that. They remove it, but they cannot give you additional scholarship from there. We are going to have some 2nd of July. We are going to have scholarship test, Hasham, and it's for everybody. Okay. We are thinking to give 100% scholarship to 1 or 2 students. Okay. So, but I want that more and more people should actually participate in that test so that we can opt for the right people around it. Okay. I think I've done with most of the questions. Now what we'll do is I'll tell you, even to apply, I've given you the contact numbers. Okay, I'll just show you how you can actually do it on my own PC. It's so simple. I'll just go through my own website. Okay, moksh16.com. You can see it on your website, on your screen right now. So Moksh is going to look like this. Okay, if you think of applying, you can simply click here, and the entire application system is over here online. It goes directly to each individual universities that you have opted for. Okay, you just need to fill up your personal detail, academic detail, submit documents, confirm Moksh what you are expecting from Moksh, the services and the payment, and the application fees payment, nothing more. And you just fill it, submit it, and it's done. It's as simple as that. So I hope you understand now that it's really not that difficult to secure your seat if you are really thinking properly. So it works like, either you think that you are going to get into government for sure, which is hardly 1.5% maximum chance. 98% is guaranteed you're not getting. Second option is, think that if you want to go to private, do you really want to get into a private college, or you want to go and do right up to PG in USA? Okay. So these are the two things that you need to give a thought to, and then we can definitely take it forward from there. I hope you have enjoyed the whole thing, learned a lot about it, you know, liked our initiative, and any feedback if you have, you can help us with your friends. You can give us feedback. I've given you the numbers, contact numbers, and we can go back to it. Anybody looking for loans, scholarships, they can call back Gauri. I've given the number, and take it forward from there onwards. Okay. I must thank you. I'm a little tired now. I'm just keeping it down now. Okay. Hopefully everything went well for you for the presentation. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.